The iron and steel industry generates billions of dollars for Ukraine. The country's coke supplies are vital for making steel, but many of the coke plants are now under Russian control. And according to the new US president, Ukraine may have to make territorial concessions, which could mean never getting back heavy industry like this.
The main mine, where this coke is from, is in the combat zone. It is impossible to extract. We now have to bring more raw materials from afar. It's expensive logistically. We are very concerned about what the US is now saying.
This Soviet-built plant in Zaporizhzhia dating back to the 1930s is owned by the private company Metinvest. It still manages to produce a third of Ukraine's steel despite coming under repeated attack. The company also used to own the Azovstal steel plant in Mariupol, seen here under attack in 2022 during a Russian siege that lasted almost 3 months. Azovstal was one of the 2 steel plants Metinvest owned in Mariupol before Russia took full control of the city in May 2022. The 2 facilities used to produce 40% of Ukraine's steel. Pavlo used to work at Azovstal.
Well, it's very difficult. I really want to go home. These businesses play a significant role in the country's future. If the Russian-occupied territory is not returned to us, it will be very difficult for the Ukrainian economy to recover.
Since Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022, Russian forces have taken control of 3 steel and coke plants, not dissimilar to this, owned by Metinvest. A 4th plant was forced to close down last month in Pokrovsk because Russian forces are advancing. It represents the loss, potentially, of hundreds of billions of dollars worth of equipment and natural resources.
To make things worse, like other countries, Ukraine's steel exports to the US potentially face a tariff of 25% imposed by President Trump. And Russia has made exports more difficult since taking control of ports in the Azov Sea.
We have limited exporting opportunities along the sea corridor compared to the pre-war period when we had access to 4 seaports. We have to reorientate away from Middle East markets towards European markets, and overland transport is complex and expensive.
The government says it doesn't yet have a solid plan for the mines nor the coke and steel plants if Russia were to keep control of the land it now occupies, and that, according to Donald Trump, cannot be ruled out. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera, Zaporizhzhia.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.